Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Scope. I hope you are doing well. Today's video about plastics and the origin and chemistry of the plastics, and we have a remarkable research, also a presentation. Let's start. So imagine a world without plastic. Hard, right? I mean, plastic is everywhere nowadays, and from like our toothbrush to the ocean's deepest trenches. But this invention that changed humanity basically now threats all life on Earth. And today we will uncover the full story of plastics, how it was born, why it invaded our lives, the crisis it has created, and how nature itself may hold the solution. Okay, so the origin of the plastics are long chain synthetic polymers formed by polymerizing petrochemical monomers like ethylene, propylene, and vinyl chloride into high molecular weight chains. Early milestones, celluloid and bakelite. Celluloid semi-synthetic plastic emerged in 1869. Bakelite, the first fully synthetic plastic, was created in 1907 by Leo Baekeland. And this success of bakelite spurred major investment in polymer science, and like plastics like nylon and polyethylene. By the 1930s we had these materials, and they are valued for their strength, flexibility, moldability, which arise from their molecular length. I mean, plastics were once hailed as a miracle, basically, because they were lightweight, durable, cheap, and like they replaced so many materials on our world. For example, metals, ivory, glass, wood. I mean, uh, the humanity started using more and more every day because of these kind of like the lightweight, durable, cheap kind of uh, the structure and all. So celluloid invented in 1869, followed by bakelite in 1907, and 1930s, 1940s brought nylon and polyethylene, like we said, and after World War II drove a 300% increase in US plastic output. Post-war consumer boom. So plastic replaced traditional materials in cars, furniture, and packaging during post-war economic growth. So they saw the value in the war mostly, and then they started using it for everything basically. Uh, so this cheap moldable material shaped the modern world, uh, and but the thing is, what started as innovation became dependency, like for packaging, for many different industries. Plastics almost everywhere right now. So let me show, like for example, these kind of materials they are producing like wide range of stuff. I just wanted to show like buckets, packaging stuff mostly, and utensils, you know it. Okay, so for example, this is a production line, very stock photo. Okay, so about the pet production for the water bottles, for example. So let's check the applications and global dependency further now. Packaging represents 40% of plastic use globally, and this is driving large scale waste from single use products. Every year we are like wasting so much of this plastic and throwing out to the nature, and it is used in construction, automotive, electronics, healthcare. Plastics are ubiquitous and irreplaceable in many fields now. I mean, uh, eventually, humanity should find a way to replace at least the single-use materials with something that can degrade in nature. Uh, Degraded plastics and synthetic textiles release microscopic particles that infiltrate water, soil, and air. Seafood, drinking water, and salt contains microplastics. Sardines can carry 30 milligram plastics per 100 gram serving. So, this is how serious it is, because basically this material now in many uh, living thing. So we have another presentation here about işte how it threatens the climate on a global scale. As you can see, like by 2050, if we keep doing this, could grow to more than 2.75 billion metric tons to carbon dioxide from plastic production and incineration. Like annual emissions from plastic life cycle 0.86, like it is matching with 189 coal plants in 2019, but this is growing, produce more than 850 million metric tons of greenhouse gases. uh, so this is serious, and people are trying to find solutions, we are trying to find solutions. At least now, if we talk about it and if we stay aware of plastics and how it affects our environment, then maybe as individuals we can start looking at things like how we can reduce the usage of uh, individual. Yeah, so uh, we have the crisis now. We know because since 1950 we have produced over 8.3 billion tons of plastics, and most of it still exists today, um, with 6.3 billion tons already becoming waste. So every year 8 million tons enter the ocean, for example. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, there is a patch in ocean, and it is like a huge island, maybe a country now, and spans an area twice the size of France, filled with 1.8 trillions pieces of plastic. And like we don't know basically, but these are approximate. Marine life suffers deeply, and only 9% of all plastic ever produced has been recycled. And this doesn't mean like once you recycle, okay, yeah, everything nice, because it doesn't mean that, because these things can stay in nature more than thousands of years. Even though you recycle once, you recycled and you throw it again to the nature, it will stay again, maybe 300,000 years, up to, we don't know yet fully. So nearly 99% of seabirds will have plastics in their stomachs by 2050, and already over 800 species suffer harm from plastic ingestion and entanglement, like their on their neck, on their legs, like they cannot move. And 90% of seabirds now have plastic in their systems. So you can see how our oceans look like, uh, from from like you can just check these pictures. I mean, I think it looks devastating for for us, for the ocean, for the fish, for the animals, like everything. About recycling, okay. I believe recycling became something that like a tool for the companies to trick us on that, like add one cycle sign to everything and anything you make and say, hey, we are environment friendly. But no, we know you are not. I mean, only 9% of plastic is recycled anyways. Even advanced regions like the EU, Europe, recycle just 13%. And contamination, sorting challenges, and polymer degradation hinder the effectiveness of traditional recycling. Like, if it is contaminated, it is very hard. If it is like not easy to sort, if it is um, uh, some kind of polymers don't even recycle at all. Okay. So we have an idea like, oh yeah, plastics can be recycled, but most of the plastic can be recycled maybe 1 2 times. After that they lose their durability, their strength, their many like structural capabilities. Okay. And still the advanced recycling technologies limited, and developed nations have historically exported plastic scrap to developing countries, often mislabeling waste as a recyclable thing. They usually sent it to like third world countries. They just fill the land or send it to ocean bag. So, but let's see. We have some options, and now I think we have the understanding of how plastic is dangerous and useful at the same time, right? Uh, we understand the alternatives, but also we need to be like uh, look into this matter with open eyes and awareness, because yes, plastics are useful, but at the same time they harm our lives, they harm our nature and many things. So now let's check into the biodegradable and bio-based alternatives. There are some compostable plastics, something called PLA, require industrial conditions. Not all biodegradable plastics degrade in nature with like in natural environments, and we need to be careful about while we are buying something and it says biodegradable or compostable, like usually if it is coming from that PLA, it requires an industrial condition. So you cannot compost it at home or in your garden, whatever. It wouldn't like degrade into the soil yet. uh, of course there are some uh, really important advancement and researches about the biodegrading, but still, as we know, in your garden this kind of biodegradable like compostable plastics, PLA, wouldn't degrade. But there are many other renewable sources like corn. There are many uh, compostable stuff from like starch based cornstarch or seaweed. Examples include starch plants with varying degradation profiles, and there is something called PHA, and they are fully biodegradable in marine and soil environments, but currently cost prohibitive at scale. Yeah, usually we choose the cheapest option, okay? But the thing is, uh, like we are here as a person, like you choose the cheapest option for something without realizing the cost to the planet, okay? uh, but you will stay in this world maybe 100 years maximum, maybe 120, maybe 60, maybe 80, maybe tomorrow you are gonna be, you know, we are all gone, we don't know. But these plastics can stay more than 100,000 years. Okay. It is just sometimes uh, I cannot understand the logic. Like one utensils to use maybe 5 minutes to, and it will stay for more than, I don't know, 100,000 years if you don't find a solution. And that is freaking me out sometimes, but I am hopeful. So I have made a research about the plastics in GitHub, and I will share this URL with you guys. You can go and check. I think it's a deep research. It is something nice that if you would like to read. And I have another research about a biodegradable composite. I have worked on this composite from pine cones, and basically like a starch based composite with pine cones that I crushed it and uh, mixed it with some other things that I shared all the recipe here, and like turmeric, pistachio shells, Twix or spine. I mean, and I got some really nice outcome actually. The material was durable. I mean, the composite really hold it is a structure, and it is lightweight, durable, and many things. But without the uh, like as you can see, there is a glaze on top. Without the glaze, it is not waterproof. So I mean, there are options. That is why I made this research. As you can see, it looks beautiful, and basically starch base is very cheap. You can find pine cones anywhere around world, and they are abundant. Oh, okay. So this is a new concept that came out. Uh, there is a research, and this is very exciting because there is a fungi that digests plastics, and uh, really, the nature, mother, the god, really merciful. You know, we are doing some stuff that because we forgot, and because of the convenience we don't even think about it. But the fungi, like they're going to digest the plastics, and they will save the world. Who knows? Strains like this Microspora and Aspergillus tuberculosis can break down polyurethane and PVC. This is shows potential. This shows potential. Okay. Imagine future landfills inoculated with plastic-eating mushrooms, turning waste back into soil while still in research stages. Micro remediation offers a glimpse of hope, at least to me, and I hope it gives some hope to you as well, because uh, like partnering with nature to undo our synthetic mess sounds like the one of the best option, because like we need to accept that we did something bad for the nature, and now it is time to take action. And if there is a fungi that can truly digest the plastics, at least some of them, then we need to go further on that, right? We need to do research. So depolymerize plastic chains into nutrients, and some fungi digest plastic even in oxygen-free conditions, potentially working in landfills. Lab results are promising, but real-world deployment requires controlled bioreactors and biosafety protocols. And like this is, I'm not sure if this is how it looks like, but there is a research about this species benefits and impact. I was just looking into it. If you would like, go ahead and check the research. But this is real. I mean, there are some fungi that can eat plastics, and that's cool. And so let's check the innovation and regeneration. So what we can do? We can do open source recycling. Precious Plastic provides DIY recycling tools enabling local plastic repurposing worldwide. I mean, uh, there are plastics everywhere, abundant. You can go outside and get anything you want and make something with it. At least you can recycle something, you know. uh, Ocean cleanup technologies. Projects like the ocean cleanup deploy systems to remove marine debris and intercept plastic in rivers. So they put like nets to the rivers to uh, protect the ocean from taking that plastics in the first place. But yeah, let's see. I mean, uh, we need to find many solutions because the problems are not just one, you know. Like it is related to almost everything at in the world we live in, because when we throw a plastic into the ocean, it somehow gets into like uh, the 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 water, the soil, the air. I don't know, man. It is like forgetting, really. Let's please remember. There are some companies develop enzyme recycling and seaweed-based packaging as petroplastic alternatives, and faith traditions urge responsible care for earth. Plastic pollution is viewed as a breach of sacred duty. Yeah, from indigenous to Eastern teachings, harming nature equates to harming ourselves, because as above, so below. Okay, if we don't care about environment outside of us, then outside doesn't care for us. Addressing the crisis requires shifting from a throwaway to a careful culture rooted in responsibility and gratitude. So I can tell what I am doing about this, right? I'm trying to not buy uh, like things in plastic packaging. I know it's very hard. I'm trying to utilize the things that I have plastics more and more. Like I am trying to not throw them away because I know the recycling is not working well right now. So we can reduce the usage, we can try to recycle by ourselves, we can help this kind of like researches, we can help sharing this consciousness with others. Like, for example, one day you see your friend is using a plastic utensils, but you are in the house and you have like other kind of utensils as well. But why we use that utensil? Maybe of the convenience, like who will put it into dishwasher or something, you know. But when convenience comes for a cost to the nature, that is not convenient. Maybe for you, for that moment it's convenient, but the cost will come later on, to you, to your family, to your child, to your, I don't know, to the animals and all. So uh, we need to be careful about our actions overall anyways. So look at these beautiful animals. Yeah, look at how they look. Oh my god, man, that is so sad. That is, oh my god, tortures the oceans forever. Wow, look, the plastic you use once tortures the oceans forever. That's like yeah. So also there are microplastics in these things, and when you drink it, when you eat it, it gets into you. Okay, and closing, let's plant trees, let's clean up the microplastics. Let's innovate and change the world, guys. Come on. Together we can become the generation that ends the plastic pollution. Okay? We don't have to say, hey, we cannot do it. This is how it was. This is how it will be. No, man. Plastics came up like 100 years ago. Okay, that's all. Call to action. Okay? If you found this video valuable, share it to spread awareness and subscribe for more in depth. This was the truth, my truth. I hope you enjoyed it. Uh, I will continue doing documentaries on humanity, nature, and the future. Let us know in the comments what solutions do you want to see implemented to end the plastic pollution and more. Thank you for listening, and I hope I will see you again. Bye.